Good morning, guys. Aside from giving my appreciation, my love, my gratitude, my thanks to everyone that's been so supportive, in that honoring, I'd like to go back to our regularly scheduled program. And Dexter and Kina say hi. They're both still sleepyheads this morning. So we left off in lesson 19, and we hadn't moved on to the Hope book, which is lesson 18. So today we're doing lesson 20 in the Miracles book and lesson 18 in the Hope book. So we shall begin. Lesson 20. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. We have been quite casual about our practice periods thus far. There have been virtually no attempt to direct the time for undertaking them. Minimal efforts has been required, and not even active cooperation and interest have been asked. This approach has been intentional and very carefully planned. We have not lost sight of the crucial importance of the reversal of your thinking. The salvation of the world depends on it. Yet you will not see if you regard yourself as being coerced, and if you give in to resentment and opposition. Wow. We left off on lesson 19. This is a continuation, so this is quite speaking to my heart at this moment. Let us continue. This is our first attempt to introduce structure. Do not misconstrue it as an effort to exert force or pressure. I'm going to repeat that. This is our first attempt to introduce structure. Do not misconstrue it as an effort to exert force or pressure. You want salvation. You want to be happy. You want peace. You do not have them now because your mind is totally undisciplined, and you cannot distinguish between joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, love and fear. You are now learning how to tell them apart, and great indeed will be your reward. Your decision to see is all that vision requires. What you want is yours. Do not mistake the little effort that is asked of you for an indication that our goal is of little worth. Can the salvation of the world be a trivial pursuit? And can the world be saved if you are not? God has one Son, and He is the resurrection and the life. He will be done. His will is done because all power is given Him in heaven and on earth. In your determination to see is vision given you. The exercise for today consists in reminding yourself throughout the day that you want to see. Today's idea also, I don't know how to say this word, whoa, I've never seen this word. It's Tacitly. So Tacitly. I look it up, but I only have one phone right now, so today's idea also Tacitly, and if y'all know how to say that, or at least know what it means, please put it in the comments. Today's idea also Tacitles implies the recognition that you do not see now. Therefore, as you repeat the idea, you are stating that you are determined to change your present state for a better one, and one you really want. Therefore, as you repeat this idea, you are stating that you are determined to change your present state for a better one and one you really want. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. Repeat today's idea slowly and positively at least twice an hour today. So before we were doing this 2-3 minutes a day, period, twice a day. This is twice an hour with heart. I am determined to see. Do not be distressed if you forget to do so, but make it a real effort to remember. The extra repetition should be applied to any situation, person, or event that has upset you. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. You can see them differently, and you will. What you desire, you will see. Such is the real law of cause and effect as it operates in the world. Tomorrow we will continue with lesson 1, provided my data continues, and I'd like to thank my dear friend, you know who you are, for paying for my phone one more time. Thank you. Now we're in the Hope Book in day 18. That's Equilibrium is the title of this one. Let's see. The quote is from Walter Bradford Cannon. Change throws peculiar conditions in everyone's way. If we apply intelligence, patience, and special vision, see how these work out together, we are rewarded with the new creative breakthroughs. Walter Bradford Cannon. So once again, quote of the day is, change throws peculiar conditions in everyone's way. If we apply intelligence, patience, and special vision, we are rewarded with the new creative breakthroughs. I like to think of life as being in a sort of equilibrium, as differentiated from being in balance. Every time I think of balance, I think of the scales of justice, which seem to be undimensional. When I think of equilibrium, I think of an ocean drum with all the individual beads within representing an aspect of responsibility in life. As the drum moves, all the aspects remain, yet they shift orientation. For me, this more closely illustrates how life unfolds. What if everything was fluid and could be rearranged and reprioritized easily? Would your life flow better? Every day, I take the time to honor the beauty and simplicity of living in the flow of life. May you be patient and intelligent as you focus on your vision while dealing with the interesting challenges of life. The daily application is, today, identify the many facets and responsibilities in your life. So we are to identify the facets and responsibilities. Everything from your pets to self-grooming to service to others, etc. in your life. Allow these aspects to move freely and notice how they interact with one another. By living in the flow, you can remain powerfully connected to the great power of the universe and nature. I was reading from the Intender's book, Intender Circle. You should look that up on Google if you haven't. And it was talking about something a friend of mine named Galan had told me about ordering a pizza. And how when you go order a pizza, you just go ahead and order it. I mean, you wait at the table with your soda pop and you're waiting for it to come up. And you expect it to show up like you intended it to, or as you ordered it to. You don't worry about it coming in with the wrong toppings or burnt. And yet, even if it were, you know that they want you there at the restaurant to be happy and to return as a customer, so that you're going to get that pizza, if it is mistaken somehow, returned to you properly by your order. And it was talking about getting up every morning and making your intentions with the same sort of faith as you would order that pizza and sit in that restaurant. Because the universe wants you to be happy. The universe wants you to be in flow, to be content, to be a working piece in service to all, not service to self. Now we get to the service for all once we've accommodated enough love within ourselves and received enough forgiveness from the world and from yourself. And I didn't mean by forgiveness from others, but you've forgiven yourself enough to be able to open yourself up to be actually forgiven from other people that you may have hurt. And that is a tricky thing that really gets people stuck. But once you're able to actually forgive yourself, you can recognize yourself. And you can stand in honor when it is required. And you can just as easily step back and ask for forgiveness if you're wrong. But it's a very interesting balance, and you need equilibrium to do things like that. You need to be humble to do things like that. And with that, I will leave this as we're getting close to 11 minutes, and I like to keep these short. So for your personal reflections, just really look at intending your day, seeing what your responsibilities are, and if they're in flow with what brings you happiness. Are you able to keep your balance by having your equilibrium inside you hold? Do you know what that holding requires? Are you resisting anything, or are you open? Quite a lot of contemplation for today, but that is what the book's read. So much love, guys. See you tomorrow, hopefully. All willing. Namaste.